You gifted me a beautiful long coat. Do you not remember? With pretty buckles down the front. I have a beautiful long coat. It hugs heavy on my shoulders and stirs the ground when I walk. Old light catches on it when almost out of sight. Threads caught in moments, telling stories, winding, wrapping. Whose great coat is this, with the pretty buckles down the front? Not mine, I cannot make this. Whose great long coat is this that hangs straight and stiff and smooth? Whose great coat is this with shoulders broader than mine? How do I wear this? Whose coat is lined with golden thread as if some prince would be that careless? I'm looking for the owner. Aren't they cold? Did you gift this to me with no thought of who I am? I pulled the coat from my shoulders and left it on the ground. But it bothers me for it to exist without a name. Where does it go if not with me? I imagine myself a pirate. Coat slung around my shoulders as I stride. Then the coat is a symbol of my place instead of stolen. Yes, my coat is stolen. My very first act of piracy is theft, because I do not know whose coat this is, and it is not imagined I feel the weight on my shoulders. Yes, I imagine a pirate. Boots are made of hair, and shirts are made out of flour and sugar and water. The cloth I make is named and washed and worn. I take care to be gentle. My hands are careful. Still, this great coat I have hidden on my back is here. No matter that I left it on the floor, I can feel it weighing, even as it's fading. I'm asking you whose coat this is, but this coat is old now. The outline almost gone. Today, I am getting dressed. The gold thread a colour I haven't seen in years. I notice the same buckles on my shoes. Those buckles are worn on my coat. My clothes are mismatched. Velvet and tweed, cotton and wool, made of chocolate and beer and salt. I'm getting dressed, and I see an outline of a coat. It is a great coat. I think it suits me. Under my arms is lined with gold. The metal buckles pull close around my skin. The light catches on it. My posture is strong. The hem does not reach the floor.
Hi Tiny, how you doing?
Ah, you can't scale, Tiny. I know
And you like your car scale? Oh yeah, you have a good day. Ah, you looking forward to having a wee sing song? Let me guess. Billy Joel, Piano Man again. Aye, you do that one really well. That's a classic. That's a classic. Hi everyone, it's nice to be here. No, it's not nice. That's not the right word. It's nice to be in a room full of people that meant something to Tiny, even if there's not a lot of you actually here. I don't think you're in the right place. Yeah, no, there's another funeral next door. Oh no, it's okay, you can leave. Sorry for your loss. Tiny was a regular at the bar that I worked at. He'd be in from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. 1 a.m. we have karaoke. He'd be up every time, Billy Joel, Piano Man. People would get so fed up with him singing that song. They'd be booing over him, shouting at him, but he didn't care. Every single time. Piano Man. He was always lonely. Been up to much recently? But he was never sad. He always said that loneliness was a sort of freedom or opportunity. The other night when he said that he wanted me to speak at his funeral when he died, I genuinely thought he was kidding. You know, the sort of fake love you give the person who's pouring your pints. But then, you skip forward 24 hours and I'm on the phone to his daughter who's telling me I was his best friend. I was gonna say I didn't actually know that much about Tiny, but that just isn't true. I knew nearly everything about him. Like, he was born and raised in Govan Hill. He moved to Leith at the age of 18 to get away from his dad. A gambling problem led to him being homeless at 21. Got into some sketchy shit, almost ended up in jail, but got into recovery. He then started work at the post office at age 25, where he was the last 40 years. Had a child at 30, but he wasn't really with the mum. He never really knew his daughter, and he always felt too guilty to get back in touch. Jesus. I knew almost everything about him. I probably know more than anyone else. And he let me. He trusted me with that, with his life. If only I'd walked him home that night. Not tonight, Teddy, no. Still got another hour on. No, I'll see you tomorrow. Probably could have talked him out of it. Jesus Christ. When I compare my life to his, I see a blank slate. I know Tiny didn't make the best decisions, but he lived double the life you could live in 100 years in 65. Whereas I'm just existing. Just rolling along, waiting for the wheels to stop. Not going anywhere. Just rolling. But I did make Tiny smile though. Make him laugh. And he always seemed happy to see me, so I'm glad I could do that for him. He didn't seem to have anyone else. So I'm glad I could at least be someone. So maybe I'm not just existing. Maybe I did actually matter to him. I'll miss him. He was such a lovely man, and he was trying. I'm just so sad I didn't know quite how hard he was trying, till he couldn't try anymore. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Yes, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got me feeling alright. Aye, it was way better when he did it.
You can't anticipate a childhood's fall. It just happens, like a tree that's never heard or never grew at all.
I've spent most of my life believing I was a fuck-up. And you know, that's fucked up.
Because I've barely had a chance to fuck up yet. Maybe I swear more, and do I realise I can't handle my drink? You bet. I just took a while to learn my limits.
That's what this is. An end opening the way for a new start.
I didn't leave home. I ran. To the idea of adulthood. Learning to live life, lift every ban. The ways you always wished you could.
Like a child let out of the house for the first time.
That 7 a.m. knock on your door, letting you know the day is sunny and it's time to come out and play.
I found comfort in the bewildered wild of the young and semi-mature, in the crowded halls of no watchful eyes, perked ears for truths that slur.
A playground for those who needed to explore beyond the grounds of play.
A life story told at bedtime late, to send limp eyes to sleep with the comfort of having been heard by a new mate.
Nights lying in your new responsibility, completely without noise and without silence.
I never knew I craved the lack of either. It fills you with a different sense, the little licks of restraint gone.
We each stepped off a cliff, eyes closed, falling through each other's mouth in a cough.
Falling into hands that squeeze back with affection. Bless you.
Eloquence had never been my strength. Social norms weren't something I could solve. Like Nat 5 maths, although I took it twice. Never knew how I'd gotten my friend's love.
In a flashback, they gave me the trust of our inner child's innocence.
I've never been the best at trusting the reality right in front of me. Now I'd found I could float if I just swam a little bit less.
We've spent far too much time with ourselves now. To think that others are always right. To think that we are always right. To think that any of us get it right.
What is right, but the opposite of left?
Point of life is to aim. No matter how many ways you miss the target, scrape your knee, have a wee whine.
No questions. Unconditional. I was a shaking leaf before, lost in my cause, until I saw I had a strong stem, grown into the person they saw I was.
Let's murder hesitation, bury fear, insecurity, and guilt.
After all, we all start innocent people.
Some just let our heads get stuck in the clouds.
Just a little bit longer, Mum.
Just after this song.
And I want to sit in the steps smoking until your neighbours come home. And I want to sit in the steps smoking until you come home. and worry when you're late and be amazed when you're early, and give you sunflowers and go to your parties and dance till I'm black and be sorry when I'm wrong, and happy when you forgive me, and hear your voice in my ear and feel your skin in my skin, and your eye red and your other eye blue and your hair to the left and your face oriental, and tell you you're gorgeous, and want you in the night, and melt when you smile and dissolve when you laugh, and not understand why you think I'm rejecting you when I'm not rejecting you, and wonder how you could ever possibly think anyone could ever reject you, and have a feeling so deep I can't find words for it. And I want to buy you a kitten, and I get jealous because it would get more attention than me, and keep you in the morning when you have to go and cry like a baby when you finally do and ask you to marry me, and you say no again because you think I don't mean it, but I do mean it, since the very first time I ever asked you, and wander this city and think it's empty without you, and want what you want, and wonder who you are but accept you anyway, and hang on in just for 10 minutes just before you throw me out of your life, because it has been beautiful learning to know you, and well worth the effort, and speak Hebrew to you badly and German to you worse, and make love to you at 3 in the morning, and somehow communicate the sum of the overwhelming, undying, all-compassing, never-ending love I have for you.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard. I thought this was gonna be easy, like a holiday. But then it kept going on, getting better, getting worse. It was just a constant cycle of nothing happening. But now I'm almost out the other side, and you know what? I don't have a clue what to do with myself. I was just trying to make time pass. It's hard not to look back and think you could have done better things. I've not read any books. I've not got an incredible cryptocurrency portfolio, and I'm not a personal trainer, so what have I actually done? Feels like not a lot. It can be hard to give yourself credit sometimes. That's all in the past now. It really is. What matters is, what am I going to do about it now? And me, I'm just trying to get things back in balance is all. Finding a way to manage a social life, get work, and have time for me. I'm just trying to find the balance.
So, you probably want to know how I wound up here. I know you do. Not because you said it. You didn't say anything at all, come to think of it. But I've started now, so bad luck. Anyway, there is just one little word that you need to learn. Perseverance. Or persistence. They mean the same thing, so don't get hung up on it. Anything that you want to achieve, if you put your mind to it, if you keep chipping away at it, you will achieve that. I've always firmly believed that. Anything you want, you can do. When I woke up, at the tender age of... I forgot what age I was. It doesn't matter. The point is, when I woke up on that crisp spring morning, I remember that at least, I knew that I wanted to be a doctor with all my heart. Get it? It's a little medical joke. What we'd call a pun, so don't worry if it went over your head. So, I put my head down and I studied. And I got knocked back from medical school. Didn't matter. I persevered. Got knocked back from volunteering to tag along with an ambulance. No worries. I persisted. And where has that persistence led me? You're looking at it. At the newest member of the Dunfermline crematorium team. Sure, it's not exactly what I was aiming for. And yeah, it's only loosely connected to medicine. I mean, they come in dead, what the fuck do you want me to do with that? But that's life. And sure, I don't always wake up feeling satisfied in the morning. I don't always get to bed at night without at least a few tears, but you know, I'm sorry, what were we talking about?